Spectre Studios. Play with the spirit of the game.
Come on.
Hey, what's in the box? What's in the box?
Hey everybody, Spectre Studios here, and as you can see, wow, we got a doozy. Fantasy Flight has been putting out a few of these, actually a couple. This is the third one of this type of ship, which is basically called the Huge class ship. So we've had two Rebel ships, the Transport and the CR-90 Corvette. Finally, the Imperials have gotten their first one. This is the Imperial Raider expansion set. So we will open this bad boy up. I have been super excited. I've been a fan of what the Star Destroyers for ever since I was little. And to get something to play on a battlefield with all those great X-Wing and TIE Fighter ships that we have come to love here at Spectre Studios and you have enjoyed watching here on our site. It's exciting to see something like this going on. And if you're kind of curious, me and Spectre FedSend did do a bit of a campaign with the CR-90, so we're hoping that we can see a little bit of the same here. So first, of course, let's take a look at this mighty, mighty beast of a ship here. And, whew, definitely very well secured in there. There we go. So it is pretty much light, very light for a ship of this size. You can kind of tell it's kind of like a plastic hollow thing that you might remember from some of your toy aspects from that. But the detail is still is pretty much there. There are small little blue lights on this thing, a little bit of red over here, so the painting has been there. There's colorizations of gray, some dark and light giving a lot of that, and then plus the Imperial kind of iconic shield paneling look. It's having two on the side, one below, single large engine with the other engine parts. And then I would basically say I would probably like to see that looking like it was from many of the movies, kind of showcasing that glow of a heavy blue, seeing as they took the time for the little light decals all around. Unless there's something about being a derelict ship, but that's kind of odd to kind of think that way. You're also going to get pretty much a TIE Advance, which looks pretty standard and nothing too surprising from that aspect there. So those are the ships. They're fantastic. Flight stands all placed in this, and it looks like we definitely were getting our wish. There's a little card here going the Will of the Empire, so campaign structure for the ship to do a lot of that stuff there. Okay. Those some things out of the way we don't necessarily need right off the bat. So there's plastic stands and enough dials for this TIE Advance and stuff. Let's take a look at this. We'll take a look at this thing first. So we got again the range 5 shooting band, basically kind of fold and place into that. So that's pretty cool with that. All right, so wow. So this one here is a pretty interesting look already. I can tell right off the bat. We got some good things looking at. So we have our template of the Raider, ions and shields, of course, of that. But there's definitely 4 TIE Advances. So you're getting basically 6 type of other ones. Because we got the Storm Squadron and the Tempest Squadron. We've seen them on the standard Advance. But we have basically 4 new named pilots also coming with the ship here. We have the maneuver dial for large ships right here. Plenty of these energy builds. That's what basically part of the CR-90 part of it, and some more shield icons for the Raider for that aspect there. And then we have what looks like to be destroyed pieces of a Rebel transport. So that's what that idea is going on. Some cool little satellite looking ones, two sizes, kind of like a larger and medium one. One has stats on it, the other one does not, some more shields, and a basically focus and evade, more likely for the advance. Alright, so we have a rulebook for the Imperial Raider, and we also have another book called the Mission Booklet, so looks like that is our campaign arc one, so we'll just peruse that real quick. Alright, so basically some things we've seen before with the range ruler, how to use that, how to move the huge ships, so if you haven't had any of the Rebel ones, you can kind of figure that out. Basically how the huge ships work, the combats, the firing arcs, the damage, all that stuff is pretty similar, just using the picture icon of the Imperial Raider, so this is pretty much the standard for using a heavy ship. Now we got the mission booklet, The Will of the Empire, with the same kind of arc that we had for the CR90, so perhaps we get Spectre Fedsen to kind of get into that. So looking at using this for a lot of different things. So we're looking at 1, 2, 3, 4, yeah. And the final mission, I believe, all that. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 missions in this. And a fifth one, which is mission 13, Pursuit, that isn't really part of the, it looks like, this is actually the, this is the mission which we'll definitely have to play, is with the CR90 and the Imperial Raider, so two big ships kind of duking out for supremacy. So that's pretty cool. Let's check some of the icon cards, all the little cards that we got here. And it looks like this is try to be a little patient as we get through this, because we got a lot of cards there, and we got a thick set of things here on the side, which you can already see some things will be quite easy, but we'll go from there. So let's start racing with the first card we're getting here is a TIE Advance. It's 28 points. It's Juno Eclipse. He's an 8 level skill pilot. He has a missile icon, and he has a veteran status. If you don't remember the TIE Advances, they're a 2-ship shooter with 3 agility, 3 hull, 2 shields. They can evade, barrel roll, target lock, and focus. For Juno, when you reveal your maneuver, you may increase or decrease its speed by 1 to a minimum of 1. Wow. Makes Juno pretty pinpoint and moving around. You can really kind of mess around with how you want to do with things. At 2 points less, at a 6th level pilot, Zerdic Strom, he can, enemy ships at range 1 cannot add their range combat bonus when attacking. So we've been hearing more of that, so that will be interesting. Someone to kind of, deal with wedge or anything like that, start going on with stuff like that. Yeah, so that would affect wedges and stuff like that happening there, so not bad. He also has a veteran status. For 1 point less than him and 1 less pilot skill, still holding the veteran status. Commander Olazin, at the start of the combat phase, you may acquire target lock on an enemy ship at range 1. So, wow, a free target lock right off the bat with him. So, that's pretty cool. And at 2 points less for a 3 level pilot skill, Lieutenant Colzet, at the start of the end phase, you may spend a target lock you have on an enemy ship to flip 1 random face down damage card assigned to it face up. So an instant crit, it's almost like Saboteurs right off the bat. So that's pretty good. He loses the veteran status from that aspect there, but I can see those 2 lower ships actually getting back in the builds, bringing the TIE Advance into that. We have the Storm Squadron and the Tempest Squadron. We've seen them before in the old advances, so you can check those out and get that. Comes with an Ion card sheet, and then we have, if you've seen before, these kind of build together like this ships, and then there's the reverse aspect of that. So it goes on 4, so 6 energy overall, no dodging ability, 8 hull, 4 shields, so at a 12 on that side there. There isn't really any forefront damage thing, so that's interesting. It's got 4 firepower from the front, 8 hull in the front, and 6 shields in the back. So about 16 total in the hull part of it, with 20 shields depending on where you're kind of shooting it. 10 shields from front to back, a little bit weaker, so the back end a little bit less shielded for this, and the firepower coming heavily from the front part of that. And it says once per round after you perform a primary weapon attack, you may spend 2 energy to perform another primary weapon attack. So, ouch, that's a lot of firepower coming at you at range 2 through 4 for this Raider. Not as 5 though, so the Corvette has some aspect to that. And pretty much the special crew, energy things and stuff, only 3 of them can be slated in the front, most of it's in the back, with a couple of crew members in that aspect. So pretty cool, you can see that, that's definitely pretty neat. So it's got its own damage array set from here. So pretty much that's the Corvette. These are all special damages to the critical status of that. That's where most of that bulk comes from. And then we've got for a whole ton of radar arrays for the ship. So it's for the TIE Advance only. When attacking with your primary weapon, if you have a target lock on the defender, you may add 1 critical result to your roll. If you do, you cannot spend target locks during this attack. So yeah, to the TIE Advance only, but interesting enough, it doesn't have the icon yet, so you must have to have the upgrade, and there it is. So the TIE /X1, it's TIE Advance only title, your upgrade bar gains the radar upgrade icon. If you equip a radar upgrade, its point cost is reduced by 4 to a minimum of 0. So wow, this is they're definitely trying to meet up the TIE Advance, and that definitely will do it right there. Alright, so next it's got a set of cluster missiles. We've seen those before. Proton rockets, I think we've seen this way back on the A-Wing, we've seen that one before. Alright, so Captain Nita has making his appearance here. So huge ship only, Imperial only. If you overlap an obstacle during the activation phase, do not suffer 1 face-up damage card. Instead, roll 1 attack die on a hit or a critical result, then you suffer the damage. So Captain Nita kind of keeping you from running into things. Grand Moff Tarkin, huge ship only, Imperial only. At the start of the combat phase, you may choose another ship at range 1 of 4, either remove 1 focus token from the chosen ship or assign 1 focus to that ship. So very cool there, adding with the crew. And Emperor Palpatine, Imperial only. Once per round, you may change a friendly ship's die result to any other die result. That die result cannot be modified again. So wow, at 8 points, that's pretty cool. At 2 points, Admiral Ozell, huge ship only, Imperial only. Energy, you may remove up to 3 shields from your ship. For each shield removed, gain 1 energy. So that's pretty cool. Alright, for the ship, the big guy, he's got huge ship only. These are shield tacticians. When performing a recover action, instead of spending all of your energy, you can choose any amount of energy to spend for 1 point. That's pretty cool. Gunnery team, we've seen that with the Corvette, and that's once per round. When attacking with a secondary weapon, you may spend 1 energy to change 1 of your blank results to a hit. We have an engineering team, so during the activation phase, when you reveal a straight maneuver, gain 1 additional energy during the gain energy step. The sensor team, when acquiring a target lock, you may lock onto an enemy ship at range 1 through 5 instead of 1 through 3. Cool. Single turbo lasers, these are similar to the Corvette. 2 energy spending, 4 attack at 3 or 5. Spend 2 energy from this card to perform this attack. The defender doubles his agility value against this attack. You may change 1 of your focus result to a hit. So pretty cool. You're firing quite a bit, but also very hard to hit something. Got a lot of ion batteries, just 4 of them. They're 2 energy spending, 4 hit. So it says to spend it, the defender, if the attack hits, the defender suffers 1 critical damage and receives 1 ion token, then cancels all dice results. So oof, that's a pretty good hitting thing. This also has quad lasers, so 2 energy spending, 3 attack at range 1 or 2, 6 cost. If this attack does not hit, you may immediately spend 1 energy from this card to perform this attack again. So pretty cool. Tibanium cast supplies, we've seen before. You may discard this card to gain 3 energy. Engine booster, it's limited. Immediately before you reveal your maneuver dial, you may spend 1 energy to execute a white straight maneuver. You cannot use this ability if you would overlap another ship. So cool. Backup shield generator. At the end of the round, you may spend 1 energy to recover 1 shield up to your shield value. That's a 3-point cost. Com booster, spend 1 energy to remove all stress tokens from a friendly ship at range 1 or 3. then assign 1 focus token to that ship. So pretty good helper. And then we got the named raider class ship, a sailor. When defending, if the targeted section has a reinforced token, you may change 1 focus result to an evade. So cool. In the instigator, another named raider. After you perform a recover action, recover 1 additional shield. So pretty good shotguns over there. And the last one, the impetuous. After you perform an attack that destroys an enemy ship, you may acquire a target lock. So pretty hard hitting. So okay, so this definitely adds a lot more fun play to the game of X-Wing miniature. Definitely going to bring a lot more. And if you do own the 2 Rebel large ships, you can definitely have some great space battles between the 2 ships to basically do a lot of that. And we're looking forward to doing that here at Spectre Studios. You'll basically be able to see that. So if you want to, make sure you subscribe to my channel, and you guys can be able to check that out. And we also, you can find us also at our website, spectrestudios.us. There's a way to help us with some of the costs that goes on with gaming. And if you want to become part of our story that we have done for X-Wing, you can find that on the Patreon pledge, which is a link to the website. Also, the website has a forum, and there, if you have any questions about these ships that I've unboxed and on the time I've done for Spectre Studios, you can ask me questions there, or list builds or anything of that sort, or again, anything in general. You can find me on the forum to chit chat with me there. So I hope you guys enjoyed that. I'm really excited to put the Imperial Raider into play, and we'll see exactly what we can do for showcasing all this and getting into the fight. And definitely look forward, because we have an epic battle coming into play soon, and you can definitely guarantee the Raider is going to be a part of that. So thanks again, and subscribe.
What you want? Come on.
Spectre Studios. Play with the spirit of the game.